Welcome to Dolphin Dive Daily, your go-to spot for everything Miami Dolphins. If you bleed aqua and orange, hit that subscribe button and join the pod. In a recent turn of events that has Miami Dolphins fans buzzing, former Pro Bowl offensive tackle Terron Armstead made headlines not for a block or pancake, but for a bold and glowing comparison. As Armstead transitions from the trenches of the NFL to the more polished stage of media appearances and YouTube content, he didn't shy away from making his thoughts clear on his former quarterback, Tua Tagovailoa, during an appearance on ESPN's unsportsmanlike radio show. Armstead offered an eye-popping endorsement. He compared Tua to none other than Drew Brees, a future Hall of Famer and one of the most cerebral and consistent quarterbacks the game has ever seen. For anyone remotely familiar with the NFL, that's not a comparison made lightly. It's a statement that carries weight, especially coming from a guy who's blocked for both quarterbacks at different points in his career. Armstead's exact words echoed with conviction. "I wholeheartedly believe in Tua," he said. "I've seen him snap into a mode that looked familiar to me from Drew Brees. That's why I have no problem making the comparison. The consistency of that, him snapping into that assassin mode, sniper mode. Those aren't the kind of phrases tossed around loosely. That's championship DNA language." Armstead spoke from experience, from muscle memory, like someone who's witnessed both quarterbacks operate at peak efficiency. It wasn't just about talent. It was about presence, mindset, focus. He emphasized the Dolphins' season hinges on two main things: keeping Tua upright and getting key defensive players, Bradley Chubb and Jalen Phillips, healthy and on the field. Without those factors aligning, even the most elite quarterback traits can be neutralized by pressure and injuries. Now, Tua's been compared to Drew Brees for years. This isn't exactly new. Even going back to his Alabama days, analysts couldn't help but draw the parallels. Both undersized, hyper-accurate passers who can dissect defenses with anticipation and quick release. But what gives Armstead's comparison extra juice is context. He's one of very few people who've blocked for both of these guys. That's a rare vantage point. Armstead saw Brees during his final years with the Saints. He watched how he read defenses like a book, how he handled the huddle, how he dictated tempo, and now he's seen flashes of that same mentality in Tua. He's not saying Tua is Brees. He's saying the same mode exists, the sniper mode, the calculated killer mode, the one where the quarterback becomes a surgeon on the field. But let's pump the brakes just a bit. Even Armstead himself added a caveat: Tua needs to be more consistent. That's the bridge he has to cross to truly elevate himself, and this isn't some cheap shot. It's a realistic take. Drew Brees wasn't just elite in flashes, he was elite every Sunday for nearly 2 decades. Tua has shown signs like leading the NFL in passer rating in 2022, passing yards in 2023, and completion percentage last season. Those are not trivial accomplishments. They show progress, growth, and most importantly, potential. But consistency, especially in big moments, is what separates the very good from the all-time greats. Tua has yet to show he can string together an MVP-level season that ends deep in January. That's what Armstead is getting at. The Dolphins believe he can, but belief must meet reality. When you dig into the technical side of the comparison, it starts to make even more sense. Both Tua and Brees excel when they can get the ball out fast and hit precise windows. Watching Tua throw a laser between two defenders across the middle, those are Brees-type throws. But what made Brees legendary wasn't just arm talent or accuracy. It was his command of the game before the snap. His ability to look at a defensive front and know exactly what coverage was coming, where the blitz would be, and how to counter it before the ball even moved. Tua is improving in that regard. You can see it in his post-snap reads and quicker decisions. But let's be honest, he's not quite there yet, and that's not a knock. That's just the reality of comparing someone to one of the top 5 minds to ever play quarterback, career-wise. There's obviously no debate. Brees has a Super Bowl ring, over 80,000 passing yards, second all-time in touchdowns, and a mind-blowing 13 seasons leading the league in completion percentage. That's Mount Rushmore stuff. Tua's biggest milestones so far include single-season passing achievements, and even those are still early chapters in his story. That doesn't mean he can't rise to that level, but he's got to stay healthy, develop the mental game, and prove he can carry a team through adversity. Until then, comparing careers is premature. What we can do, though, is acknowledge that, stylistically, there's something real in this comparison. The way Tua slices up defenses when he's on his game. It does look familiar to fans of Brees-era Saints football. It's important not to overreact to this kind of comparison. NFL fans love hot takes, and saying Tua is the next Breeze will always be polarizing. But that's not what Armstead is saying. He's pointing out that when Tua is locked in, when he's in flow, feeling the rhythm of the offense, reading the field quickly, he taps into something special. Something that looks a lot like what he saw from Breeze. That kind of praise means more than just admiration. It means that Armstead sees leadership, intelligence, and calm in chaos, the things that separate game managers from field generals. The difference is that Tua has to choose to step into that mode every week. And that comes with experience, repetition, and trust in his body and system. Outside of the Tua talk, Armstead is clearly enjoying his post-retirement pivot. He just launched his YouTube channel this week, offering a behind-the-scenes look into the final weeks of his NFL career. The video isn't just about football, it's about legacy. It showcases Armstead's charity efforts, the brotherhood in the Dolphins locker room, and the values he wants to pass on. It's a candid, heartfelt piece that goes beyond touchdowns and pass blocking grades. One standout moment is a dinner hosted by Armstead, where current Dolphins players, including his own successor at left tackle, rookie Patrick Paul, share what his mentorship has meant to them. The vibe is less like a retirement party and more like a passing of the torch. Paul's words in the video are especially telling. "You've taught me a lot about the game. You've taught me how to manage being a teammate, how to manage being a rookie, how to treat your teammates. Great father, great role model, great mentor." That kind of respect isn't bought, it's earned. It shows that while Armstead might be hanging up the cleats, he's still leaving a massive imprint on the locker room culture. Paul has some enormous shoes to fill this season as he steps into a vital role on the offensive line. But having someone like Armstead in his corner, even from afar, is a huge advantage. It's mentorship that could shape the next generation of Dolphins linemen. So here we are, with a retired Pro Bowler comparing his young quarterback to a Hall of Famer and a rookie tackle learning from a freshly minted vet turned content creator. This is the kind of off-season storyline that keeps NFL fans engaged, because it's not just about stats or highlight reels. It's about belief, mentorship, and potential. Tua Tagovailoa might not be Drew Brees yet, and maybe he never will be. But the fact that someone like Terron Armstead sees it in him should make Dolphins fans excited. Because that belief, that shared championship vision, that's how dynasties start. Not with noise, but with quiet confidence, passed down from veterans who've been there and see it coming again. Still with us? Then show some love. Hit that like button and let us know in the comments. What's your take on the Fins this week? The Miami Dolphins have just pulled off one of the most electrifying moves of the NFL offseason by signing wide receiver ODELL Beckham Jr. This addition instantly transforms Miami's offensive arsenal into one of the most lethal in the league. With young star Jalen Waddle already blazing down the field, and veteran speedster Tyreek Hill terrorizing the fences, Beckham's arrival creates a triple threat that will have opposing teams losing sleep. Fans and analysts alike are buzzing about the possibilities of this new trio, and rightfully so. Each of these receivers brings a unique skill set, blending speed, agility, and playmaking ability in a way few teams can match. ODELL Beckham Jr.'s career has been marked by jaw-dropping catches and highlight reel plays that have earned him a reputation as one of the most dynamic receivers of his generation. After some ups and downs with injuries and team changes, Beckham is looking to reinvent himself in Miami. The Dolphins, who have been steadily building a competitive team under coach Mike McDaniel, see Beckham as a key piece to elevate their offense to an elite level. His chemistry with quarterback Tua Tagovailoa will be a storyline to watch closely this season. The connection between QB and receiver is crucial, and Beckham's knack for making contested catches could open new doors for Miami's passing game. Jalen Waddle has been a revelation since entering the league, combining elite speed with sharp route running to become Tua's favorite target. His ability to stretch the field and create yards after the catch is essential for Miami's offense. Meanwhile, Tyreek Hill, acquired last year, is a proven game breaker whose speed is almost unmatched in the NFL. Having Beckham join forces with Waddle and Hill means Miami won't just rely on one or two stars. They'll have a balanced, versatile receiving corps that can attack defenses in multiple ways. This could force opponents to double or even triple cover players they never had to worry about all at once. Offensive coordinator George Godsey now has an exciting challenge on his hands: how to design plays that maximize the talents of these three elite receivers. The Dolphins' passing attack is poised to be fast-paced and unpredictable. with plenty of deep shots and quick slants that exploit mismatches. Defenses will struggle to keep up with the speed and precision that Miami can unleash. The team's run game, led by Raheem Mostert and a stout offensive line, will also benefit as defensive backs and linebackers get forced into coverage against Waddle, Hill, and Beckham. The chemistry between Beckham and his new teammates will take some time to develop, but given his experience and talent, he is expected to integrate quickly. His veteran presence can also boost the locker room, providing leadership and motivation. Beckham's work ethic and passion for the game have been praised by coaches and teammates, and this could be the perfect environment for him to thrive. Once again, fans are already dreaming about what the Dolphins could do with a receiving trio capable of producing highlight after highlight every Sunday. Miami's front office deserves credit for orchestrating this bold move. Signing Beckham wasn't just about acquiring talent, it was a statement of intent. The Dolphins want to compete at the highest level and challenge perennial powerhouses like the Bills and Patriots in the AFC East. With a revamped defense, solid defense, and a young, promising quarterback, Miami is sending a clear message. They're not just building for the future, they're ready to contend now. This bold gamble could pay off handsomely if Beckham stays healthy and meshes well with the team. The pressure will be high for Beckham to perform, especially considering the expectations that come with joining such a talented group. Every game will be under the microscope, and fans will want to see him produce the kind of explosive plays that made him a household name. But the supporting cast around him is second to none, and that should ease some of the burden. Waddle and Hill's ability to draw attention from defenses means Beckham will find more open looks than he might have in other situations. This signing also adds an intriguing storyline for the NFL landscape as a whole. The Dolphins are setting a precedent by assembling a trio of receivers that can rival the best in the league. It raises the bar for other teams to follow suit and highlights the importance of dynamic passing attacks in today's game. The excitement around Miami's offense is sure to increase TV ratings and media coverage, making them a must-watch team for football fans everywhere. As the preseason kicks off, all eyes will be on Miami to see how this trio performs together. On the field, the Dolphins coaching staff will work tirelessly to craft game plans that exploit this unprecedented talent pool. If all goes well, Miami could easily be a top contender in the AFC and a serious threat in the playoffs. The excitement is palpable, and with Beckham in the mix, Dolphins fans have every reason to believe their team's best days are just beginning. In conclusion, Odell Beckham Jr. signing with the Miami Dolphins isn't just a roster move, it's a game changer. By joining forces with Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill, Beckham becomes part of one of the deadliest receiving trios the NFL has seen in years. This powerful combination promises to elevate Miami's offense to new heights and make them a nightmare for defenses across the league. As the season approaches, the anticipation builds. And one thing is clear, Miami Dolphins football just got a lot more exciting. That's a wrap for today's dive. If you're loving the content, share it with a fellow Dolphins fan, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a splash. Fins up!